welcome back to another video with Love Inspiry. I am your host, Angie, and I am doing another relationship Q&A, and this is part 2. If you haven't checked out the other one, please make sure you do so. We're going to go ahead and get started with number 1 for part 2. Do you believe in soulmates, and do you believe that everyone has a soulmate? So, I do believe in soulmates. I believe that I'm married to my soulmate. I believe that you can know who your soulmate is by a few conversations. I believe you can know. That doesn't mean you should just jump into a relationship and marriage with them, but I believe you know who you have a true connection with, who you have a true meaningful, in-depth relationship or can go the distance with. And so I do believe in soulmates. I don't know if I believe everyone has a soulmate, because I guess I kind of do, because I do believe that there's someone for everybody, because somebody may not be able to tolerate somebody that's not as affectionate as them, but there's somebody out there that is the same way, that's not very affectionate, so they can be a perfect match with this other person. So I think, everybody, kind of does have a soulmate. Number 2, what's your love language? All of them. No, seriously, all of them. I don't really know what my love language is. I think I like the touch. I do kind of like words of affirmation, but more so I'm like touchy-feely. I'm the cuddly type person, always hugged up, always kissing on them, stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like I'm all of them in some capacity, but whatever. Number 3, do you think it's possible for someone to fully regain trust? Abso-freaking-lutely, I do. It's a process, but I do believe that you can fully regain trust if you were to lie about something, or if you were to cheat, or if you were to do whatever the case may be. I do think it's possible to regain it. It's just going to take consistency. It's a process, right? So you don't want to, it's a tedious process too, and you don't want to go through that. So my recommendation is don't lose trust. Start off on a healthy and trustworthy note by being honest and by being consistent, most importantly, in your actions. Number 4, do you and your husband argue a lot? So, no, we don't. We don't argue. Do we argue? Yeah. But it doesn't lead to like a blowout or knockdown where we're fighting or calling each other names or things like that. We have argued before. Every once in a while, we'll get into an argument. It's not consistent, but we don't argue a lot. We try to find ways to manage our disagreements. And so we try to sit down and talk to each other about pros and cons of whatever it is we're discussing, so it doesn't lead into an argument, so we don't start a fight about something that doesn't need to be. We realize that we're on the same team, and that's what it comes down to with arguing. You're on the same team. If you gotta argue and fight all the dang on time, you're probably on the wrong team. So keep that in mind. Number 5, what is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to your husband, and how do you handle it? My biggest pet peeve, I guess, honestly, he leaves the lights on, and it just annoys me. Like, I'm very conscious about lights. Saving where we can save. And it's like, if you're going to go into a room just to cut the light off and leave, like, what is the point of that? But I always remind him. He still does it, but I just handle the situation by reminding him, hey babe, you left the light on again. I try not to say again, because that's being petty and that's starting something. But I just remind him. I just keep reminding him. Or sometimes if it's like in a one sitting, like let's say it's been a whole day and he's been doing it, I'll just go do it myself, cut the light off myself. And, you know, eventually he'll get the picture of like, okay. And then sometimes you have to realize you have to just accept it for what it is. Like, if it's not significant, sometimes you just got to let it go. But that's my pet peeve. Like, don't cut on lights when you're not in the room. And don't leave the room and leave the light on. Why? Why? My grandma does that, by the way. Love you, grandma. Number 6. What was the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome in your relationship? So the biggest hurdle that I've had to overcome in my relationship is going through financial struggles. Whew. We went through it. So, short story, we moved to Georgia from up north, and he had a job offer, but it was rescinded due to someone else having more experience in the greater Atlanta area. And we decided, because we had already paid our apartment fees and all that good stuff and our first month's rent, that we decided, or not the first month's, but the prorated rent, that we just decided to keep on going, because in our little young heads, oh, it's not going to take us long to find jobs and blase, blase, blase. That's why it's good to go to college and get yourself a degree, because a lot of people will, you know, work with people that have an education. I didn't have that, so it took me a while to find something of substance. And so because of that, you know, we've gone through not having a whole lot of food to eat. We've gone to having electricity cut off. I mean, I've ate so much ramen noodles that I'm not gonna lie, I still love them, and I still love to, you know, pop a pack in every now and then. And we ate off the dollar menu a lot because we couldn't afford regular food and stuff like that. And even to this day, we used to go to Wendy's a lot and get a crispy chicken and a dollar fry. And even to this day, I can have $10, $20, $50 in my wallet, in my bag, but I am still going to order that same meal. I don't know why. It's just my humbling reminder. But we've gone through a lot, you know, sleeping in motels. Woo, nasty motels too. All of that, like, we've been through that, and we got through that. And it was hard for me because I didn't grow up, neither did he, grow up in poverty. And it was really difficult for me to understand, like, okay, this is the path that God has us on. You know, we're learning some lessons for a reason. I don't know what the reason is at this particular time, but we're going through this, and it's for a purpose. And at the time, I didn't understand that, but I get it. I get it now. I get God's will is going to be done, and it's perfect, and it's teaching us something. But that's probably the toughest thing that we've had to overcome in our relationship, is just, and I thank God that he allowed us to get through that, because a lot of couples, even older than us, can't even go through financial stress. I thank God that we didn't build our marriage on materialistics and, you know, money and things of that sort. We built it on true love, so we were able to go through those bumps and humps and sit in the dark together and split that sandwich down the middle from Wendy's and sit in hotels just praying together like, Lord, deliver us. So yeah, that was probably the toughest. Number 7, you talk a lot about having a strong relationship foundation. What is your relationship built on? So my relationship is built on Christ, number 1. I just talked about him. I credit nobody, not myself, not my husband, for any success that we have in our relationship at all. Glory to God. Thank you, Lord. I truly harp on reading your Bible separately, together, praying separately, praying over your spouse, praying for yourself. All of that is so important. So Christ, definitely. Second one is friendship. So my husband, we grew up together. We knew of each other. But when we started talking on that level, he took like 6 to 8 months to ask me to be his girlfriend. And he was building a foundation. And at the time, I'm like, why is it, you know, taking so long to... We knew we were going to be together since we were kids. Like, what is the problem? But it was God working out that foundation of a solid friendship, which got us through those tough times that I just previously talked about. If we didn't have true friendship, if we didn't have a bond, there is no way that we would have been able to get through what we got through. And I think number 3, I would say Christ, friendship, and definitely honesty. Always being honest and upfront with each other. We have no secrets. He has the passwords to my laptop, my tablet, my phone, anything. Like, there's no secrets in between us. There's no, he's never going to, if something were to happen to me, he's never gonna not be able to tell police or my family, you know, he doesn't know, because he does know. We share everything, and that's just how we decide to run our relationship. Number 8. Who is your favorite celebrity couple? Dang, this is tough. This is real tough. So I would have to say, okay. I don't really know. I never really had a celebrity couple. I have favorite couples in the real world, or I have couples that I admire in the real world. But as far as celebrity couples, you only see what they want you to see. I mean, I guess that's in any marriage too. Well, I take that back. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, I feel like with celebrities, it's only so much that you can see. Like, if you're around a couple, like couples that I admire in my real life that I see, you can see and you can feel the love, you can feel the teamwork, you can feel, that they are just one. So I can't say that for celebrities, because all I see is what's on the shade room or what's on their Instagram or what's, I can't really see. So I don't know if I have a favorite celebrity couple. Yeah, I don't think I do. It took me too long to think about it. Number 9, do you guys have any children? Not yet. Hopefully soon, one day. Because I got married at 18, and because of all the stuff that we went through in our, relationship due to financial stress and all that stuff, I'm thankful that I didn't get pregnant, because I want to raise my kids how we were raised, in a structured home where you can actually take care of the children that you have. And I can't imagine if I got pregnant right when I got married, which was 18, I would have a 14-year-old right now. And I cannot imagine having a 14-year-old and having my kid go through everything that we endured. And so I feel like, God made us wait, and is making us wait to get that selfishness out of us, to get that, I don't know. But we do want children. We don't have any right now. Working on it, how that goes. Number 10, what's your favorite book on relationships? Mine? Duh, come on now. No, it is really mine. No, but seriously, the other ones, I like the 5 love languages. There's a few of them that I like. I'll put them down somewhere in here for you. But yeah, I like a lot of relationship books, because I like to hear different perspectives on relationships. I like to hear different views on relationships. So yeah. Number 11, do you have any current projects coming out soon? Why, yes, I do. I have a online workshop and ebook coming out titled Redress Stress, and it goes through the causes of stress in your relationship, how to prevent them. And so what we do is we take the top 10, which was surveyed, causes of relationship stress, some things like infidelity, illness, children, and we go through and teach how to rectify, how to prevent it, and all that good stuff. So it's a really good online workshop, and I hope it helps couples overcome whatever it is that they are going through, and give them some kind of tools maybe to help you, redress that stress. I can't wink, but I just tried to. Number 12. Oh, other current projects. So yeah, I have a lot coming out. Actually, let me go back. So I also have a 31-day devotional coming out hopefully in June, sometime in June. I guess I like to release books in June. So we have that, and it's 31 relationship goals. And I did this because I'm like, we look at couples, celebrity couples, and we say, oh, their relationship goals, or we look at regular people and say, oh, their goals. But what is goals? Is it the person or what they are demonstrating, their characteristics, like having faith, like having strength, compromise, all those things. So I dive into 31 specific traits it takes to have, that you should strive to have as a relationship goal. And I also have another workshop that will be coming out, I don't know when, probably end of June, early July. And it's basically how to not outgrow your partner, which is a question that I get asked a lot. I think that's it for right now. Any other stuff is coming out later in the year. And if you follow me on social media, at Love Inspiry on Instagram and Facebook, you'll be able to catch up on all of that. Number 12, what's the best marital advice you've ever received? Keep your family out your business. Only because when I got married, people in my family were not very happy because of my age, because I didn't go to college. So I just think it's better to do you. Have a trusted, unbiased person. If you have to talk to somebody, make sure they're trusted and unbiased in the situation. Number 13, what is your favorite thing about your husband? And what do you think his favorite thing is about you? So, one of my favorite things about my husband is he's just like very chill, low-key, humble. Like, he's just very laid back. Like, he doesn't get riled up about a lot of stuff, which I wish I could. If that's anything that I could take from him, it would be that. He has a very, I guess because he's a man too, like he's a man's man. So he's very nonchalant about things, like just very matter of fact. And so that's one of the things that I love about him is just his humbleness. Like, he never has anything. He's always giving people the benefit of the doubt. He's always, he doesn't, he receives, praises and stuff like that, but he's always very hard on himself. And a lot of people don't know that in the background because they're not married to him. So that's one of my favorite things. Like, he's not big-headed. And I don't like arrogant men, even like to have as friends. So, I love that he's not arrogant about when he I mean, in some areas he really can be, a butthole. He could have a big head, but he doesn't. And I think that's so dope to have. So, what do you think his favorite thing is about you? I don't know. Maybe my thoughtfulness. Maybe, I'm ride or die. Like, I truly, truly care about him a lot. We'll have to ask him, and maybe I'll plug it in this video. Where do you see your company going? So, I think I kind of answered this in the last one. I see my company, I want to release a lot of online, take over the e-commerce world and release a lot of online stuff so people can have it on the go. I also want to do, in-person workshops and trainings and stuff like that, just helping people navigate through relationships. I didn't really have anybody, to help me get through the relationship struggles because I was so young, and I felt like a lot of people didn't really want to see us succeed. But yeah, I just want to take Love Inspiry to all different levels. I want to keep releasing books, whether ebook or paperback, workshops, courses, all that good stuff. So I see it going pretty far. If the Lord blesses it, if it's not meant to be, it's not going to be. There's nothing I can do about it. But I truly hope that the Lord blesses it. The last question is, what would be your advice to newlyweds or people who want to get married? My advice to newlyweds or people who want to get married, I think patience. You have to be patient. You just can't get up and leave anytime something bad happens. You have to be willing to work together. You have to be willing to grow together. And if you get up at the sign of adversity, any type of adversity, whether small or big, you're going to be getting up and leaving for the rest of your life. Nobody you marry, nobody you love is they're going to tick you off in some particular area. They're going to get on your nerves in some particular area. It's going to happen even when you're with your soulmate. I know I'm with my soulmate, and sometimes he ticks me off, but I don't just get up and walk out every time he gets on my nerves, or every time he does something that I don't want him to do, or he doesn't take my advice or my opinion. I think that's what, especially in my generation, we have to understand: patience. Be willing to grow with each other. It's a process. It's a journey. Every day you're going to learn something new about your partner that you didn't know before. You're going to learn how to adjust to their ways. You're going to learn how to accept their ideas. So just stick with it. If you know in your heart this is the person that you're meant to be with, stick with it. Just because you guys are meant to be doesn't mean you're going to have, or you won't have any trials or tribulations. So that would be my advice. I hope to see you all in the next video next Wednesday. I kind of forget the topic off the top of my head, but it's probably something that is relevant and that is helpful for you. So please join us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, all that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next video. Ta-ta!